welcome to the show. It's that time again for Going on Daily. I'm your host, Ron Rigo, and I'm joined by none other than the Shark, Rick Rosner. How are you today?
Good,
Yeah,
brother. August 1st is in the house, man. It's
we
winding
are.
down.
Yeah, we are at it again. Like I said, me and you back together again, right? And chaos ensues. You never know what you're going to get with this crew.
Dude, you never know.
And let me tell you, Becky just flew in last night
Yeah?
back to Edmonton. A little tired, so she's not here with us today. So she'll join us on Monday, back in the saddle with Mike. So it's just us two, Rick.
Just
Just
us
us
two. And I'm
two.
kind of tired myself. I had no coffee yet. Got back from
Yeah,
the local county fair last night about 12:30, so I'm a little froggy myself, but I'm going to
yeah.
bring the
You're not
energy, brother.
jumping, bouncing around. You don't have some fancy suit for celebrating August 1st.
No, nothing at all. Episode 32, by the way. Congratulations. Here we go. Number
Yes.
32.
Yeah, we're cruising along, right? If you are joining us, you're probably joining us on one of our social medias, like of course YouTube at as soon as it comes up there, Rhode Island
That's it.
Broadcasting, and of course on Twitch, which you can, send us some bits to support the show, twitch.tv at RI_broadcasting. Always appreciative. I haven't seen Chakra in a while, so hopefully Chakra shows up because he's
Yeah.
a loyal Rhode Island broadcaster viewer. And of course, you can check us out on Facebook at RI Broadcasting. And don't be afraid to send us some stars supporting the show for all you Facebook folk out there. And if you really, really want to support the show, you can just go to Patreon and, at Rhode Island Broadcasting. And when you subscribe as a member, it's only $2. $2.
$2. Is
And
that
then the
it?
first thing we do is we send you some stickers for the shows. So, so you get stickers right away, and then you can get some pens, coasters, mugs like this awesome mug.
Oh,
Love this.
nice. Did we even have a show about this yet, Ron? About like displaying all the different memorabilia you have, a little bit of stuff.
No, I kind of randomly do it throughout when I'm on the show.
Okay.
I'll show that, and I always seem to forget to bring the all the other memorabilia over to the table over here because we
Yeah.
got pins and everything now. The pins are really nice, so you want to get out there onto Patreon. But Rick, we have a great show. You never disappoint with your topics.
Great
Love
show
your
today,
topics.
August 1.
Yeah,
Boom,
I
let's bring
love
it,
your
brother.
topics. You have some Six Flags stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You've got some summer vacation time. This is the peak season, August, end of the year, right before school. That's when everybody goes to the vacation times.
Yep.
And of course, we have, I'm going to mess up the name of the boxer, Hergy Basayadin or
Herbie.
Guyadin. So Hergy, you got some news on that. Of course, I got a ton of Olympic news coming. And Power Ranger information. There's Power Ranger Wanted right now. And of course, we round out the show with the Gulf Stream today. That was an interesting little tidbit I saw. So,
Hey, Rob, before we even jump in, man, breaking news. I seen it this morning here. Last night, this robber tried to rob a Chick-fil-A and took the guy in the back where the safe was at. And the manager manhandled him, got the gun off, and started beating his ass. I hate to say it that way.
God,
Yeah,
great.
you got to see
him.
Just guard fist pumping him and stuff like that. So it was like they disappeared for a while, and then you see this struggle, and he just elbowed him like WWE and stuff. I'm like, holy God, this guy should be in the Olympics and just weld
That's
on.
why, see, you never know what's going to happen when there is a confrontation or, something goes down. You never know. Like, it's same thing with road rage, right? You don't know what that other person knows. And look, in stressful times, people can do miraculous things.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said enough, and that was it.
Well, here's the bad thing. The robber had no, I mean, you could see his face plain a day. It's like, come on, man. This was not planned out. It was like, maybe I'm hungry. I'll just go and pull a gun out
Right.
and get some extra
Right.
nuggets for free.
Yeah, sometimes they don't think. They just do things at spur of the moment, and it doesn't work out very well
Wonder
for
when he went to jail. Wonder if they gave him a little bit of Chick-fil-A way there.
them. Imagine that
Wonder what-
your meal is Chick-fil-A. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So that's awesome, though. I mean, you know, like I said, you never know. You never know. We'll do a little hashtag for Chick-fil-A. That guy's like a local hero now, right?
Yes, he's all over TikTok already. So check it out today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Isn't it
Taking
crazy,
down
real
the
quick, Ron, that
Chick-fil-A
we get our news from all social platforms? Like nobody watches the real news, and it's all our news is like the X, TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's where the breaking news is at. Like we would never hear the story unless we were on them platforms.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So let's jump into our first story.
Yes.
Rick. I mean, let us know about this Hergy.
All right. So I'm going to give the story. Then we're going to deep dive into opinions. So this is the first time this year, in the Olympics ever, that a trans man was accepted into the Olympics. So this is not like a transgender. This is trans man that actually is in the female boxing league, which is big up. So trans boxer Hergy from the Philippines loses a historic Olympic bout to two-time Olympic medalist Lequan from China. Yeah. So this girl from China is bad. I got to tell you right off the bat. So I did some research. She had the bronze in Rio, the silver in Tokyo, the world championship in 2018, and she won the Asian Games. So this girl's nothing to be messed with. I don't care if you're man, female, or whatever. She's going to knock you out. So It was great. So the two-time Olympic medalist had a unanimous decision over the trans man athlete, 5-0 decision. If you know anything about boxing, 3 rounds it was, just cleaned house. Didn't knock him out, but, there was no competition. So this is something that I really believe. Because going into this, Ron, it was like a big thing, which my opinion is, dude, if you're identified as a trans man, you should be into man. You're a man still. That's what they're saying, trans man. So it's not trans woman.
Right. So so he went from female to male. So,
identified, but it says trans man. So he's still a man.
No. A trans man goes from female to male. So she is technically in sports listed as a female.
Does that mean everything? Does that mean everything's done? Surgery, testosterone, all that stuff? Or how do you know?
No. What this means is that she is a female at birth and transferring to become a male. But because they made the rules of because mostly it was because of males becoming females is really where the issue is. So because you're being born a man and you have different muscle than a female. So when they switch over from male to female, you still have the body generally of a male, and that makes it so that it's really not fair to the women in sports.
Not at all.
This is the opposite. So, which to me kind of still I don't feel is fair either, because I don't know if they're taking like testosterone or anything like that, but that isn't allowed either in sports because that's basically using steroids.
Well, here's what it's saying now. It's saying, basically, Hergy said, I'm disappointed I lost, but it's a big win for the future. The door is now open for transgender athletes in the Olympics. So, that could be a very big topic anywhere.
It is a big topic, and it's like that in colleges and everything. This is a big concern because there's no winning for any side, really, to be honest with you. There's no winning because now you have to set a standard, and I get what they're trying to do, and I understand that they want to be, whether they want to be a male or whether they want to be a female. I understand that, but that is your decision, and you can't. It's not. It's not really the fault of sports organizations because they have to draw a line
There's
here.
got to be a line drawn because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
we know that in Connecticut, up sort of your way, them two athletes about 3 years ago, they
yeah,
both crushed and got all them scholarships, and the girls lost out after all that training.
right.
And but my take on all this is, you know what? At the end of the day, this situation here is a little tricky. But if
Yeah,
it's the other way around, I mean, come on. At the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I guess just have their own trans Olympics. I mean, I'm not to be like, or a different, like maybe have where they have their own, everybody has their own boxing where they can, you know what I mean? Because what I'm saying is real quick here, and I want to say this the right
sorry.
way. The right way is that actually the Olympics cannot change for the last 100 years to cater to people that want to meet. If you want, it's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, you still have to follow the rules of the Olympics. Is that
Right, right. And this is the thing, with this subject, you can you can be trans, you know, anytime you want. I don't
yeah?
care what
Oh,
you do,
good.
right? I accept it. That's fine. The
Mm-hmm.
only category where this is different is sports because of the strength factor, and that
It's
I feel for the people in charge because they can't win in this
no,
situation.
because you're going to get bashed, and it's
Right,
proven. Me going to the gym, if you put a guy against a woman in wrestling, I don't care if you identify, and you want to do the transgender thing, you're going to have that muscle structure for life.
right.
A guy's built with that. You
Yeah,
can't lose that. I mean, even though you take estrogen and other things to like decrease it, it's still there, Ron. You know that,
yeah,
and
it
that's
is.
and that's the concern.
And it was big in college with the swimmer. I can't think of her name, but she ended up getting disqualified, with the rule changes and wasn't able to swim anymore. But I understand it in sports. In anything else, fine. You can identify as that. But I think with athletics, it's different. It's just different. So you want to be, a female actress, there's no problem.
No,
Fine.
nothing wrong. Yep.
And in anything there is, whether it's music, whatever industry,
Physical
doesn't
sport,
matter.
anything
But
physical.
athletic, it's different. It just is different. It's not fair to the women, especially.
No, and that's where it is. Like I feel bad for like, especially the younger girls, like gymnastics or whatever. And Ron, they start at 2 years old, 3 years old, and put all
Yeah.
this, and then you lose a scholarship. And I've seen these stories, and it's
Yeah.
like the mothers, fathers, everybody's like, how do we lose this?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is when they did the ratings about this, the transgender people that won, actually, if they ran like as a man, they would only place in the like top 20. They wouldn't even like
Right.
been placed. So it
Yeah.
wasn't even like a blown out score. It was just
Right.
barely beating the girls, basically.
Yeah. So it is a very big topic.
It is. And you know what they're going to do real quick with the girl from China? I guess they're going to drug test her and everything because they're trying to say maybe that possibly she took some stuff to,
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, or she just came in the ring and just said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like she just came in and welled her, and it is
But
what
she
it is.
lost, and but
We move on from that, but I think this is just the beginning of the next Olympics. The Winter Olympics is coming up, so
it's been talked about for several years already.
mhm.
It's been talked about a lot of
And
places.
there's, you know
like
what?
you
And
can't
there's
do that. You can't be transgender athlete in college anymore.
no,
They
you
that's,
can't in
that's
high
it.
school, like here in West Virginia or Pennsylvania. You got to stay in your own gender, and that's
That's the next battle is going to be high school.
well,
That's
you
the
know what they're
next
doing?
battle.
They're taking it to the courts. It's going to
Yeah.
like the state courts, yeah, where because you know what, even like high schools are losing out championships and everything. If it's a team sport like track, I mean, you don't win the state championship anymore. It's going to be very interesting. At the end of the day, we just want to bring it up because it's a hot topic now. I mean, it was all over the news last night. It'll be on for a while.
Absolutely. And it's not going to end
And
for
you
a
know what's
while.
funny
either.
is, what if it went the other way and Laquan from China lost? Then it would. Either way, there's going to be a story. Am I right? This is
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You can't win in this topic. That's just how it is. You just the people that are running these organizations cannot win in this situation.
So looking back, because I don't know if did you watch the fight at all? I mean, I
No,
watched
I
some of
didn't
the
watch it.
highlights. You got to watch it. I mean, this girl from China she just can
Brutal.
just like a boom boom Mancini, just knock and beat. Like her rounds are just like repetitive. Like I think she could beat half the men. Really, she's good. She should have been there last night at Chick-fil-A. Should have knocked
Maybe
that guy
that's
out.
the one they should
Boom,
check.
boom. But what is your take moving forward? Like before we move on to subject, what do you think? What does the Olympics do now? I mean, they're a world organization. Where do you go from this after the Olympics are over? Because this is going to be a big topic in 2 years. The Winter Olympics are coming up.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to make a rule about it. They're going to have to rule one way or another, and they're going to have to live with it. And like I said, they can't win no matter what they decide. Because if you say, oh, it's not allowed, then, then people start saying, protesting and stuff. And if you say it is allowed, then you have another problem from the athletes. So
is there a way to have not the single, can you have another division? Is that possible or no?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I've always said, okay, so why don't they just have, a certain division competition? I guess you'd have to add 2 more for trans men and trans women. So then you're talking cost. How many athletes are going to be involved?
Yeah. How much attendance is going to be there? I mean, that's a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
Working the schedules around. And then TV rights. People want to show that or not? I mean, it's sponsorships could pull. I mean, you never know
you just don't know. Like, I'm sure, Chick-fil-A wouldn't sponsor.
Oh, Chick-fil-A or Hobby Lobby?
Right?
Mm-mm.
So
they're closed on
they
Sundays,
already
brother,
rule
so no
those
way.
2 out. And the problem that, what was it? Bud Light had with that issue. So they probably wouldn't jump in. So there's a lot of things.
Here's
and
what I say, and you hit
win.
You hit it right on the head with Bud Light. And you know what? I grew up in an area where there's NASCAR and all that. You cannot change your audience. Like we have an audience here, I mean, the Olympics has an audience. Bud Light, they went in and try to get like the younger crowd and try to be hip. And they try to keep up with the seltzers. That's not their crowd. Their crowd's NASCAR, Bud Light people, blue collar after work, getting a Bud Light sitting around a fire. And they try to change that culture. And you see how many billions of dollars they lost.
They got a backlash that
they will never recover from that. They never will recover. And so what I'm trying to say, I think to wrap it up is, we can't change history. We can like tweak things. But if you change it all the way from things that happened 100 years ago, it's going to fall flat because that audience has been built up for 100 years, generation after generation. How do you lose it,
Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be a topic for at least the next 4 years.
Oh, big time.
And then once they decide what they do, it's going to be another 4 years backlash from either side.
See, now I'm okay. I'll be honest. I kind of like skiing. I mean, I think skiing's like open game, really. I mean, do you ever is there a better skill of a guy and a girl in skiing? I know girls that can rock out like Peekaboo Sweet.
Lindsey Vonn, man.
That's what I'm saying. So these girls, I think that's a sport where just let anybody go in, right? Awesome. I mean, I think the girls can rock out the guys in that sport sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like that with a lot of sports. But you can't compare, like you can't compare like NBA players to WNBA players.
No, or hockey. Hockey's another one too. Or I mean softball too. I mean softball. I mean, which I ain't gonna lie, softball. It's harder to hit a softball from a girl, the underhand fast pitch.
Than it is. God,
I can't. I have a friend who strikes me out all the time.
It's because you can't see the pitch as well. Because it comes in below the spectrum of your eye level, and you don't get to see the arm and the hand, with a certain pitch like you do with baseball. You can see that pitcher, throw. And that's why you have a lot of those underhand, those submarine kind of style pitchers in baseball. They're harder to pick up because of that. So So the pitchers
I think we have a little thing we
different.
could do here. We could have like the Yankees play against like one of the girls like in college softball. I bet you they could hit the ball.
Yeah, they might not be able to do it.
Would that be a great sport to watch?
Yeah, I would actually enjoy that. So, all right, let's move on but we got more Olympics here, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
we have some results and highlights of the week, and I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of the Olympics, and there just keeps coming story after story after story of some of the.
Good and bad.
First of all, might as well start out with the women's gymnastics. Simone Biles, Suni
Mhm.
Lee, who has an incredible story herself, who had some health issues and didn't think she was going to be able to come back from it.
Yeah.
She did, of course, and Jordan Childs and Jade Carey took the women's gold. The women's gold. They're third in 4 years now.
I know. I tell you what,
Four Olympics rather.
well, the
4
last
years.
Olympics they didn't make it. They took the silver, right, or
Right,
bronze? Silver,
right.
yeah.
And then they
But
won the two before that.
Simone, I mean, I got to tell you straight up, I'm a fan of her. I mean,
Simone Biles.
she's a freak of nature. She's like the Michael Phelps of gymnastics. I mean, when it comes down to it,
Yep.
I mean, them twists in the air, how she does it so aggressive. It's not like
so
it's
good.
she just comes down and goes, bam, it's done. It's like
One of the best athletes of all time from the United States.
and this might be her last Olympics too, so enjoy it
Yeah.
because yeah, I think this will be it because I think she's ready. You know, she's married, so I think the kids are next. So I think this is it.
Yeah, it probably is. They generally won't go like they don't go more than 3 usually. Sometimes 4 gymnasts, yeah, they just can't. They just
No, they can't.
lose that
I mean,
flexibility after a while.
but not her. I think she can go again. But I'm glad
I
about
think she
the comeback
could, but
because of the last Olympics, how she had to take some time off, you know, and all that, and all.
yeah.
And she took a lot of heat. You know that, Ron. She took a lot of heat.
Oh,
Strong,
of course.
strong girl, man. You know what? If she didn't want to compete, or you know, I mean, we all have. I mean, the mental health thing. She really exploded that to like put the awareness out there, and I love that
Yeah.
because people think you just get up there in gymnastics and just run and jump, dude. There's so much mental game to that. I couldn't even imagine that. You have all eyes on you in the world, on every time. It's just you against the world.
Yeah, and she perfected like every routine. She's great at every event, and
I hope she gets to go with the other one too. I hope she gets.
I hope so too. In the individuals, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Very well decorated, I'm sure. I'm sure she's going to probably medal. So, I mean, even if she doesn't, it doesn't matter to me. She's already one of the best.
And she's been on the Wheaties box, so that's all you need, right? Once you're on the Wheaties box, it's over.
Yeah,
right?
that's see, in our generation, that's still special.
But not anymore.
Well,
But back in the day, it
anymore
was.
these days.
Okay, so Wheaties box. Bruce Jenner, Pete Rose, and Mary Lou Retton is the ones I remember. Remember Mary Lou?
Yeah. There was also another decathlete. I can't remember the guy's name. I thought it was Dan something or other.
Oh yeah, Dan.
You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was on there as well. You know, and to me, that's still special. I wish they could advertise that more. You know, the Wheaties really needs to do more.
Well, they flooded the market a little bit. They start putting like just a baseball player on anytime. Like they didn't put like it was supposed to be special, you know, to be on.
It should be special, and they need to do that once again because that meant something back then. It meant something.
Is the Wheaties? Is that still a big like? I haven't ate Wheaties in years. That's still
that's the problem. Nobody's eating Wheaties.
Hey, wasn't it great? The Breakfast of Champions.
Right, exactly, and that's what it was.
Is this called the Daily Show of Champions? Is that what we're going to rename this?
Yeah, see, there we go. Daily Show of Champions. Daily Show of Simone Biles certainly fits that. Also fitting that bill is none other than Katie Ledecky. She won the 1,500 meter freestyle. You know, keeping the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so she repeated. Now she only needs one more medal. She's got one more event. She needs one more medal to get into the top 10 all time for medals. One more. So
Wow.
she just takes bronze. She's in the top 10 all time for medals.
How many medals does she have?
I believe she's got 12 now. So she needs one more for 13, and then she gets into
Can
the.
I ask you how much tax is she paying on all them medals?
I
Remember
don't know, but I hope she's doing well with sponsors and
endorsements?
stuff like
Mhm.
that. She's fantastic. Second to Michael Phelps. Second to Michael
Hey, did
Phelps.
you see Michael Phelps there? That was cool. Like he showed up.
Oh, of course. I mean, how could you not have him
He's
there?
chilling now, a little rough with the beard. Like he's just like
Yes, I noticed that. He's got a beard now.
he looks like a little bit of like a Woodstock kind of guy, don't he? Because
Yeah.
he always looked older in his age after a while. Remember that? Like the first
Yeah.
couple of Olympics, he looked young, and then he got like start aging.
Yeah,
With
he's
all
by
the
far
training.
the best Olympian ever. I
Well, you
mean,
know what
come
it is
on.
though? Did you
28.
ever watch that? Like he's a freak of nature. They said
Oh,
actually he's like a mammal. The way he like no
right.
seriously like
Yep.
he's not a normal human being. No,
No,
he's
he's not a normal human being. He look, I think when you talk about the Mount Rushmore of athletes, he has to be on there.
oh without a doubt. I mean the Olympics, Mount Rushmore or anything. I mean
Oh God, yeah. Well, he's got the
he,
most. He's got 28. The next person has like 15.
you got to put him and Tom Brady together, man. They're the goats of their sports.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd put Tom Brady in the top 4 right now.
Oh, come on, man.
Because you gotta look at
I'm out.
at
7
like
Super
pure
Bowl.
domination, right? I would have to say Wayne Gretzky belongs on there because he's got far and away more than anybody. He just dominated when he played, and I think that's what you have to looking at it. The way you got to look at it, because and I believe Tom Brady is the GOAT of football.
I mean,
But,
7. The thing is, though, it's still to deal with him, and I'm a Tom Brady fan, so I'm gonna have to support him all the way on this. His work ethic and everything. But 7 Super Bowls, the closest somebody's came that actually played was what 4. I mean, you got Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana.
The thing is, Rick, when you look at the times he's been in the Super Bowl,
Like
so he's
11?
been in the Super Bowl 10 times. So half his career he went to the Super Bowl.
And you have people like Dan Marino played 18 years, won Super Bowl. Is that crazy? Like Joe Elway,
Super Bowl.
2
He only
Super
went
Bowls.
to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he didn't win one. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, so that tells you, like, isn't it crazy? Like when you think back, 7 rings, and everybody says, look, I mean, he could have won a couple more, could have lost a couple more, but still going to like 50% of the Super Bowls. I mean, in 20 years. I mean, that's unthought of.
It's absurd.
And you know what? And the thing is, everybody says he did not have the same team every year. That team was built around him.
He didn't have a team. He got him there anyway.
Dude, the GOAT, man. And you know what I love about it? He wasn't. If you look at him, he's not like a physical, like a Shannon Sharp or something like that. He's just an average guy that just took it all into mind, man. Took it all in.
Yeah, between the ears, better than anybody.
The best. Oh, talking about the Olympics real quick. We got a sidetrack. Did you check out the surfing? Dude, I love the surfing. Did you see it?
I did not see the surfing. No.
Okay, so the surfing championships were like yesterday. I didn't get to watch it yet. I'll watch it later tonight on Peacock. But it was over, and I think it's Tahiti is where they had the surfing at, which was like on the other side of the world, you might as well say. So I guess where they had the waves at, they canceled it one day because the waves are so high and so big. But I think they have to take you out on a boat because it's real shallow in the beginning. So check this out. When you surf, like if you fall off your board, then this guy shows up or girl with this motorized raft, and they show the picture of it, and it's like a motorbike, and you jump on the back with your surfboard and it takes off through the ocean. It's kind of cool.
They're probably worried about sharks.
I know. That'll be the next thing. If that happens.
If that happens, no more surfing in the Olympics.
And this is the first time for surfing, so they're trying this out. So.
Yeah, so they're having very careful, events. So they are going above and beyond to make sure nothing bad happens.
Hey, Ron, we got a bot.
Oh yeah, a little promoter.
I don't know what it's about, but I don't know. I mean, you might have to check it out.
We get them every show, Rick. Every show we get them.
Oh, same one?
No, not the same one. All right, so other highlights. This is a good one. The women's rugby beat Australia to win the bronze. First time ever getting a medal in rugby.
Can I ask you, Was that got to be one of the best moments ever? At the end,
At the
takes it
end.
all the way. I mean, they won the game, and it's like USA just out of nowhere. The chick just went boom, boom. I mean,
Yeah. USA beat them at their own game and
dude,
scores at the
where
final
did that chick?
seconds.
Where did I'm gonna call her? I'm gonna say it. She's a badass chick. Where did she come from? I mean, just out of nowhere, just took off with it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all it took, right?
Did she actually grab it off somebody else? Wasn't it like she like muscled it off somebody else or what?
Yeah, and you know, it's like when it
do
happened,
that?
it was all surreal. It's like, wait a minute, this isn't what's supposed to happen. Australia's supposed to destroy us, right?
And at the end, just like that, like, how about she just took off? Nobody even could come close to her. And she was, I'm going to tell you right, that chick there is built.
Surfing at the.
Did you see her muscles when she was running? Like, it was like she would knock anybody over. I mean, it was like, get out of my way.
That's what we need to have you do. We need to have you positioned defensively and just have one of these girls just run at you. See if you could stop her. I don't think you could.
Great.
I don't think you could.
Let me put a football helmet on first. I don't think.
Yeah, you better have lots of padding on. And they don't wear padding.
No, I got to tell you real quick. That's going to be one of the toughest sports ever. Like
It is.
My buddies, when I was like working out big time, said, "Can you play in Pittsburgh?" And I was like, "I don't want my teeth." Dude, they would get all scraped up, and then they would go dirty to the Irish bar and go drink beer afterwards. These guys were like animals.
They're super tough. Super tough. Another great story. Tori Husk, who just won gold in one event. She came back and won silver in the 100-meter freestyle. She lost to Sarah, Jostrom of Sweden, who took the gold in that category. But she's got 2 medals so far this Olympics, which is fantastic. Love it. Nice story, Tori Husky. Ecuador. How about this? Ecuador wins a gold in men's 20-kilometer walk.
Okay, so time out.
Daniel Pintado.
What is this? So this is a walk? What the hell is this?
Yeah,
walking.
You can win a gold by walking.
Oh, come on! Is it like speed walking or what?
Walking,
Is this a new sport too?
Some certain form or something.
Is this a new sport?
No, it's been around for a while.
Come on, who watches that? They're not televising that.
But hey, Ecuador won a gold.
Good for Ecuador. That's our first, right?
I don't know. It must be. I've never heard them winning anything. U.S. men won gold in rowing. Go figure.
Oh yeah, they're tough.
Great Britain in rowing.
Oh, that's a close one.
So men's 4 rowing, men won gold, and one of the best stories out there is this 14-year-old Japanese skateboarder, Koko Yoshizawa. 14-year-old won gold in street skateboarding. The big spin flip front side board slide was her trick play. And that she got a score of 96.49 out of 100 on this, which is absolutely incredible. She pulled off this. Okay, so this flip, not only does the board flip horizontally, it flips vertically as well. And she pulled it off, landed, boom, stuck it, and she wins gold. 14 years old.
It's not gonna be the last time we hear of her. She's like the new Tony Hawk, for the world. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that is. She said, her story is that when she was 7 years old, she used to go follow her brother to the skateboard park, and would watch him. He never pursued it as a career. She did. She wins gold.
Good for her. Bam.
Great story. A great story. 14 years old. Her teammate, who is now 17, won gold last Olympics at the age of 13.
Oh, so that's the youngest 13 to win a gold, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
What the heck?
It's crazy, isn't it? 13 years old and you're performing at the level of this.
You know what? I didn't know that. I thought you had to be a certain age. Seriously, I didn't know that. I thought the Olympics was like 18, but I didn't know. I guess any age, right?
Yeah, well, most gymnasts start out,
Yeah,
as
16. Okay,
kids, basically.
yeah, you're right.
That's why it's so disturbing when you hear the stories of the coaches.
Oh, yeah. That's another. Yeah, no way.
I totally think that in women's sport, it should be a female coach.
You got it.
I don't
And I'm going to
I
tell you
don't
what.
like that they
I'm
have
going to do
men.
the flip side. I think in football and guys, the girls, it's tough for a girl coach to go in the locker room, and they do, and they say the guys. I hate to say it, but I played
Yeah.
sports. Guys walk around to take a shower. It's tough to have a female in there being a coach.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, but who am I to
Okay,
set
so
the
what's
rules, right?
what's the Olympic count? Because I know we're USA still number one, but I think France is right behind us. Am I right?
Let me see. I've got it up right here. So China has 21. France has 26, and United States has 31 medals. Great Britain 20. That's pretty good.
Dude, France. It's
So
always like whatever like host it, they always get like close to the United States to beat them.
yeah, the host always gets that boost. But China does have the most goals with 11, followed by France and Japan with 8. Australia has 7 goals, and United States only has 6 goals. But we're at the podium in almost everything.
We usually win in the Summer Olympics. We usually win the total count. I
Yeah,
know
the total count.
winter games we haven't been. I mean, Switzerland.
No, because they have those mountains over there in Europe, the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
So Switzerland always does well. Sweden, Norway, they all rock the skiing and stuff, and and the speed skating, and I mean, what are you gonna do? We don't even have the best hockey team because that belongs to Canada.
Oh, I know.
So
Big time.
But that was that. We should probably go on to the next topic, which
Let's
is
do it.
the summer vacation peak season is here.
Woo,
Rick,
woo.
what do you got?
It is here. And you know what's funny is me growing up, we took all our vacations either in June or August. But I remember my dad taking 2-week vacations all the time in the 80s and 90s, and it was always in August, right before school. And the reason why is a lot of people in June, they do the Memorial Day, the 4th of July at home, with the fireworks and all that.
Yeah.
Some people travel during 4th of July. It is busy, but it's like that. Everybody saves up to August. And here's why. A lot of people have vacation to use up before August because sometimes that's got to use it up before because, the last quarters gets kind of busy. So they're trying to use it up. They're trying to get their last little, I think it's a spontaneous thing too. They want to get that vacation before they go back to school with the kids and all that. It's that last hooray. So August is like right now, from now till about the 17th or 18th. I mean, it's going to be packed. So I did a little research here from the USA Today and also the Travel Channel. You ready for this? So it is peak season. So I love the Travel Channel. Best family vacations. Okay, so we talked about this before, but now these are family vacations. What do you think the number one destination is?
I'm gonna say, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say it's gonna be it's California, somewhere in California.
No, it's of course it's Orlando again because there's so many things in Orlando. That's like everybody loves like going to Orlando. But here's some cool ones here on the East Coast. Outer Banks is so big.
Oh yeah.
Another one that I really was shocked, Jackson Hole. People's going to Jackson Hole for vacation, family vacations.
Really?
There's a lot, yeah. Hilton Head, Boston.
There we go.
Yeah, Boston's in the house. A lot of history there, so families go there. Another big one, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which I think is incredible. Have you ever heard of Gatlinburg?
No, I have not.
It's like where Dollywood's at, Pigeon Forge, all that. It's like in the Smoky Mountains, so it's
okay.
It's big. Another one, Pennsylvania, Hershey. Everybody loves to go and hang out at the chocolate factory, right?
Everybody wants to go to the chocolate factory.
Woo-hoo! Willy Wonka in the house. Couple more. Cape Cod is in there big time. So
2 from Massachusetts.
I know. Disneyland, and it rounds it out with the Grand Canyon. So that's like
Oh,
where.
Grand Canyon.
So,
That's on my bucket list. I need
oh
to
yeah,
go to the Grand Canyon.
but you can see most. If you look at a lot of these, they're really not beaches. You notice that they're going to like different areas, like the little history, little mountains.
Yeah.
People's getting away from. I mean, people love the beaches. I love the beach. I'm right here right now at the beach, but people like them. I'm always at the beach, but people like the wilderness and getting out with their,
It must be cold
camping.
where you are because all
Cold.
the waves are frozen.
Yeah, it is. It's very cold here. I got the AC on, man. It's always frozen in time, dude. I'm always frozen in time. You know that. Hey, don't curse me, man. I haven't been frozen on this show in a while, so let's keep that going, that streak going. But yeah, I love these vacation spots, and it's amazing because there's so many specials now for like travel and everything for family trips now in August.
Yeah.
If you get on like
What do you like to
Expedia.
do on vacation, Rick?
Me, I like to do everything. Pretty much, I can go to a bar and have a drink. I can go to the beach. I can just chill and read a book. I mean, I like everything. I'm going to NYC this weekend for work and hang out with my friends in New York City. So I just like to enjoy going different places.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big tourist person. Like I don't go in, I already done all the hype. So I don't go into Orlando for Disneyland. I'd rather go there and go to Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville instead,
So can you, like, say Monday, can you go on the street wherever you are and talk to some people?
Yeah, and yeah, I can actually Monday I will be flying back from NYC, and I won't be flying I'm flying a better airline this time. I'm going American.
American Airlines, you go.
Yes. So I'll be in the real terminal. So maybe we can have some guests on there from LaGuardia, when I'm there.
Yeah, yeah, because that would be pretty interesting to see where they're heading. So you can ask everybody where you heading, and then I think that would be pretty interesting to
I'll make
see
sure I
where
get to
people
some.
go.
I'll get to some terminals where they're really going cool places, like Morocco or something like that, or something like that, or Dubai. I'm like, how are you going to Dubai?
Yeah.
How do you make that much money to go to Dubai?
Really? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
And then you get people that's going to like somewhere boring, like like Montana or something like. I know I would say boring, but it's like somewhere like Illinois.
I would love Montana because I don't like going where people are.
Well, how about Missouri? We'll pick Missouri or something like that. It's like, okay, so why are you going to Missouri? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
either you live there, you're not going there for vacation.
What is in Missouri? If you're watching the show from Missouri, please let us know what's there.
I think
and
the Ozarks.
Maybe we can do a story on it.
The Ozarks in Missouri. Is that where Mike was at?
Oh yeah, there we go. See, we already know.
But that's one thing. There's what else is there in Missouri? St. Louis. You don't go to St. Louis to like vacation, do you?
Well, don't they have like blues music there or something?
Yeah, but I mean, would you pick that as a destination?
I'm just saying.
I know.
Some people like.
If I'm going to listen to blues music, I'm going to Memphis, Tennessee, and hang out with Elvis. Come on.
Thank you very much.
And he's still alive, by the way. Okay.
Sure he is.
He's an Elvis. Hey, remember back in the day, before we go on, remember when they thought Elvis was still alive and it was in that Star magazine and the National Enquirer?
He got abducted by aliens.
It was like, yeah, they said he was in Hawaii and he was like, had a beard and they said he was Santa Claus one time. Is that still out, Ron? The National Enquirer and
I don't know. I have no idea. People don't buy magazines anymore, so I would say that they probably just work online.
And you're going to laugh at this real quick. Well, you're not going to be shocked at this. The staycation is down this year. People are going on vacation. Yeah. I call it the staycation, staying at home, Portsville for the week. People's like, I'm out. I'm swiping the card and going.
Yeah. See, I like just going up to like the mountains in New Hampshire or Vermont and going camping or something. That's what I like doing.
You drink any wine or anything up there? I mean, or no, you don't drink, do you?
No, I don't drink at all.
Oh, I didn't know.
Of course I do.
Well, why can't we have a drink on the show sometime?
Burning a candle at both ends for the past week.
then we need to have a glass of wine or mimosas in the morning sometime. Come on.
It's like, hey, I sometimes partake in a Sam Summer. Sometimes partake in my good friend Jack.
Good stuff. I did the thing this year. Next show, maybe I'll bring it out. It's called the Lodge Pack. It's the Line and Kugels, and they're so good. They have the lemon, the peach, the grapefruit, and the ruby red. Leinenkugel's a great beer. I got to give them a shout out.
Sure. All right, let's move on, Rick, because we've already got 15 minutes left, and we haven't even gone through half the topics.
That's what happens.
All right, so this one won't take very long because it's just it struck me as funny, even though it's not really funny. I'm not trying to make light of this, but apparently the Green Power Ranger is now a wanted man.
In real life,
he apparently pushed down an elderly man in a parking lot after arguing. I'm guessing somebody was parking in a parking spot or something. I don't know. They were probably arguing over a parking spot, right? And he allegedly pushed him down and then got in his car and drove away. His name, what is his name? Actor David, Hector David Jr. So he's wanted in Idaho. So a warrant is out for his arrest for assaulting an elderly man. They have video of the incident allegedly happening. And
did he use any of his superpowers?
I don't know, but he pushed him, and the man fell down. They said he wasn't injured, but it is still not right. And I believe he was 90 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, come on. He's
hitting and Hector David Jr. is 35.
All right, Heck. You know what? We got to pull the power from him, and he's got
to
go.
There's no excuse. Time. There is nothing.
No, but he needs to go. He needs to do a little due time.
Even if the old man was swinging away at me, I would just kind of block his arms and just like.
Hey, Hector, if you're out there, come to West Virginia, man. Swing at me, man. We'll see what happens.
Right? Exactly. Now, so I'm guessing that he's no longer ever going to play the Green.
Oh, no. You can't do that with kids. He's gone.
No,
he's done.
He would have to be gone.
He lost all that money now, being a total, you know what? Come on, bro.
An idiot. For what? Because some old man maybe took your spot, whatever it may be. It doesn't
here's what happens is, Ron, you get to a point, my brother's in Hollywood, so you get to a point where you think that he thinks he's above everybody else. He has that power to like you were in the movies, everybody loves you and all that, but you're in the real world again, dude, if you're pulling into Walmart or Target, or whatever you're at.
Yeah. So
wow.
I just thought it was just a crappy human being doing something to an old man. I don't think it's right. So that's what happened with the Green Power Ranger. So he is wanted in Idaho. And
is there a reward out if we find him?
I don't know. If there was, I mean,
the Daily Show will be on location.
Why don't we just go out to Idaho and try to track him down?
Yeah. You might get pushed, though.
He may. He may get run over, too. Let's see how well you do against the car, Mr. Power Ranger. All right, so let's go on to Six Flags.
Yes.
Now, I ain't going to lie. On the clip, you see how I have the logo here? I really wanted to put the guy that dances to the song. I wanted to put him on there, but I don't know if it would have been a good, thing to put him there. I don't know.
5 seconds of it. What the heck? What are you gonna do?
Silence us? I put the logo instead, and So wait, I didn't even change the Power Ranger thing. So I messed that up.
Power Ranger won it at Six Flags. Get ready. That's where he's at today. Breaking news. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Six Flags. So we're going to jump into this real quick here. And this is actually exciting. If you like amusement parks, this is really pumped up. So Six Flags introduces a new all-park passport for Six Flags Cedar Fair. So Cedar Fair owns Cedar Point, Knoxbury Farms and all that. They joined forces with Six Flags family on July 1st. So now they're all one family. I mean, so Six Flags is growing. I mean, under this new roof of Six Flags Cedar Fair, it's called, basically. So they're America's largest amusement park operator. I didn't know that, to be honest with you, because I knew some Six Flags were having some trouble back in the day. Remember that? I mean, the one in Jersey and all that.
Yep.
No, they are incredibly strong. So this is pretty awesome. This is great advertising. It starts right now. All park passports debut this week as an add-on to from now, and then also 2025 season passes. So if you buy a 2025 season pass of the all park passport, you get the rest of 24 on there automatically. Is that great to entice them? So you got to buy the 2025 is what they're saying. So you ready for this? 27 amusement parks across the country and 15 water parks. That's a lot of amusement parks.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Now, this passport, is it like a seasonal thing? You buy the seasonal passport and you can get into, any park from then on out? You don't have to pay anything?
Yes. So here's the great price. All right, Disney, listen up. Listen up, Disney, because we're going to teach you numbers here and how they're going to grow, because they're going by volume here. Okay. So this is the numbers. $115 for a season pass. Add an extra $75 to get you to $190. You get the all passport. So an extra $75 a season for $190. You have access to 27 amusement parks and 15 water parks. That is a hell of a deal. Under $200.
Yeah, especially if you're in a position to travel often.
Well, even if you live like Cedar Point, if you lived in Ohio by Cedar Point, if you went there 4 times, you paid for it already. I mean, it's like Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh is like $65 one time. So I mean,
because when you think about it, because we have a Six Flags probably about an hour and a half away from here. Mm-hmm. So if you planned on going like 3 or 4 times, I mean,
and that's water parks too. That's wave pools. I mean, and they're all on you see, they're everywhere pretty much. So I mean, there's a couple of locations where like Arizona, I don't think there's much going on there, but I mean, the East, Midwest, and out west, I mean, it's just they're getting crushed. I mean, they have a park everywhere. Knott's Berry Farms is outside LA and Anaheim, close to Disneyland. I mean, it's beautiful out there. Their Halloween display is incredible.
So it's really good if you have like one of the water parks and Six Flags, generally in an area where you can get to it. And there's a lot of parks. So that's probably a situation for many people. And you can go to, Six Flags twice and one of the water parks twice. And there you go. You've already gotten your money's worth. And you have a happy family for, a relatively good price for the entertainment factor.
$190. Seriously. You know how much Disney is a day compared to that? Like, if you had a season pass for Disney, I don't even know if they have season passes. That'd be like, what, $5,000? Seriously. So, and this has all the, I'm going to tell you, Disney's great for stuff, but when it comes to roller coasters, Cedar Point, I don't know if you ever heard of Cedar Point, Ohio. Google it.
No,
they are roller coaster capital of the world. I mean, I think they have 22 roller coasters. They have one actually it's called the Magnum, goes up so high that you actually can see Canada because it's right across the lake.
Crap.
Yes. Check out Cedar Point. Maybe we'll do
it. All right. I'll make a note. Do not go on the Magnum.
That's it. That, or they had one. It was a demon drop. It would shoot you up, put you out, like 5 of us, and you just would hang there for about 30 seconds. You don't know when you're going to drop, and it just total drop. I'm telling you what. You want your stomach? Oh,
no, thank you.
But Six Flags. Let's give them a shout out. I mean, I love the price, $190. I mean, that's affordable for anybody.
I mean, think about all those 20-something-year-olds that really love to go to amusement parks. That is a lot of entertainment they can do for $190.
You have a family of 4. You times that, you're going for about $1,000 for the whole season. And then you could travel to any one, get your car and go to another. Hey, let's go for the weekend, another Six Flags.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Not too bad. All right. So let's do a little business before I get into the last segment here. You're watching us possibly on twitch.tv at RI_broadcasting. You are also watching us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting.
That's the button. You okay, Ron?
Getting all choked up.
Wow, he's
And Facebook at RI Broadcasting. And don't forget to support the show, for Facebook with stars and Twitch with bits. And you can also support us on Patreon at RI Broadcasting, where you can get some merch. Get some merch. Mike Palmer's in the house. He's going to be with us on Monday hosting with Becky. So it's always nice to see Mike. We also had today Connie and Airy Torch. Thank you for being here, both of you, as well. There's also several others watching the show that have not commented. So throw out some comments out there. Let us know who you are.
Let us know what subjects you want us to talk about too. While he's choking there, I'm gonna shout out there. Any subject you want us to do research on, or you want me to be on the streets, put in the comments. I'll be there.
Yes. All right. So we got our last segment, and this one struck me as a little scary. The Gulf Stream is apparently weakening. Now, I don't know about you, but I've learned throughout history that this is what makes the world go, the Gulf Stream. So it's a little scary to think that if this weakens, what could possibly happen, right? So they're saying,
here we go.
Experts are saying if the Gulf Stream weakens, it could cause problems for weather in especially Europe. So if it completely collapses, you are looking at a 50 to 59 degree temperature drop in Europe.
What?
50 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, come on. That's
so if the Gulf Stream collapses, it's going to mess up the entire ecosystem of the planet. And they say that experts need to do something about it now before this happens, because it's weakening in strength. And so the more it weakens, the worse the weather will be in places like Europe and like Iceland and stuff like that. It's going to get really bad. And
I got to ask you real quick, how long is this going to take? 100 years for it to
Well,
weaken?
of course, it's probably like hundreds, but but
I'm not concerned.
You're going to start seeing flooding in places that are coastal because the water is going to rise because of this.
My water's not rising yet, man. I don't see it. So.
I don't know, but places like New York are in trouble. They say if it collapses, you will see like the movie version of The Day After Tomorrow. That's what they're saying.
What a good note to go out on, Ron. Man, bring us all down.
We're all gonna die.
We're all down. Hey, it's 100 years from now. I'm gonna have another beer tonight. I don't care.
To the end of the world.
Yeah, stuff like that. You scared me a little bit, like it was gonna happen next 5 years or 2 years. Come on, bro.
Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, they could never know. I mean, like now they're saying that the crust is like reversing or something inside, while the core is reversing its
nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Relationships, life, our body. So it is going to change.
So they're saying like the Earth is tilting differently now, and days are going to be a little longer. We're going off of our normal orbit around the sun. As long as people aren't flying off the planet. And
I will say one thing before we wrap up here. It's been a hell of a hot summer. I got to tell you that. When they say hot, 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 this was a hot summer, brother.
Yeah. There's definitely some changes. And, with all these storms that they're predicting now to come rolling through, I guess we got one that's heading in a direction of, the southern part of all the islands and stuff and down there. So we'll see what happens, right? I mean, I know it's going to be okay for us, but future generations might be in trouble. We'll have them figure it out.
I'm going to tell everybody out here before we wrap it up here, just bring the energy, have fun, go out there, enjoy yourself. The golf stream will still be okay, guys. So let's not get all scared here. Let's just have a fun day.
Yeah. I just threw it out there, right?
I know. I want to pump everybody up. I was like, getting a little bit down.
Hey, I'm still worried about the zombie thing,
Oh, Lord. Oh, by the way, before we go, Mothman Festival coming up in October. I'll be there live in West Virginia. So
West Virginia. There you go. On location.
Mothman.
See Rick on location. All right. So Saturday, we return, myself along with Kenny. Kenny back in the house on Saturday. Another one that we just have total chaos with. Rick, me, you, and Kenny need to do a show together.
Yeah, we do.
So we have to plan that somehow. So join us Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time or 7 a.m. Edmonton time. And then Mike and Becky return next Monday. So join us. Don't miss these episodes. If this is your first show you watch, go back and watch the first 31 because they're all entertaining. They're fantastic.
That's it.
We'll see everybody next time. Going on daily.
Happy August.